Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending where you are in the world. Well, welcome to this information session for the Marie Curie Doctoral Network Data2Action. We'll be commencing shortly once we have everybody in the room. This meeting will be recorded so that we can share it for the people that could not attend. You're welcome to hang around for a few seconds before we start. Neve, are we good, you think?
Yeah, I mean, we probably still have some people to join, but I think we can just get started.
Okay, is that joining because they're not coming in, or is because they're late?
Because they're late.
Okay, if they are late, well, they can catch up on the recording.
Okay.
So let me welcome everybody. Thank you very much for your interest. Thank you very much for your inquiries about our doctoral training network called Data2Action. This is an information session where we'll give you an overview of the project itself, about the different institutions involved, the network in itself, what it involves for your training, and what are the benefits, and more importantly, whether you can apply for it and how to apply it for one of these positions. The doctoral training network is called Data2Action, but that means we and you, the people that will come and work with us as doctoral fellows, will become what we call Datavest. We are we are slowly changing the brand from Data2Action to actually a name. We are Datavest, and that's a contraction of data, catalyst, and activist, because this is what we want to do. We want to put data at the heart of the action that we take for social innovation. So that's the idea behind this name, and that means you'll be able to tell you and call yourself a Datavist as you join our network. So the rules for today's meeting is, please remain with your camera turned off, on mute. Neve will be keeping an eye on this. If you have any questions, you can ask them through the Q&A function that is available through Teams. The presentation, as I said, will be recorded and shared online for you to go back to it at a later date if you need to. So, why do we need Datavest? We really developed this doctoral training network to reboot data science, to build a better future for all of us. What we want to do really is cultivate a new generation, or people that are AI savvy, but who are also social innovators. That therefore can take really social innovation actions fully informed by data and powered by data and AI. So we want to develop these people to be really at a nexus between these two worlds, between the world of data science and artificial intelligence and a world of social innovation. And this is a two-way system that doesn't exist at the moment, both in terms of using the data and AI to empower better, more effective, more powerful social innovation, better informed and better delivered, but also to develop better technology that is much more suitable and developed from the point of view of social innovation in the first place, and not just trying to shoehorn technology into social innovation. So we really want to develop Datavest. We are the people that are going to be in between these two worlds and making these two worlds work together really powerfully in the future. And so we managed to get 5 universities interested in this. We have more than 20 leading academics across Europe working on this. And we have more than 30 associated partners that could see the value in this proposition that is really at the cutting edge. Nobody else in the world is doing this. Our associated partners are across the board from 3 different worlds: the world of tech or AI or data for good, the world of data and AI science, and the world of social innovations. And our job through this network is to bring all these people together to work for the common good so that we have more powerful data science and AI for social innovation in the future, which will make everybody a data vest as we go along. The network and the research around it is really built around 5 work packages. The first work packages is the integrated training. It's about those doctoral training fellows that will come and join us, 13 positions. A very specific training program for them to make them this unique breed of scientists that are at the nexus between data science, AI, and social innovation. So it's tailor-made and it will be adapted to your needs. The second thing is to develop some projects, and there'll be 3 fellows working on this, about the foundation of what we mean by data and AI for social innovation and for good. So he's developing the theory, the practice, the method, the ethics, but also career development plans. How do we make people have jobs that are suitable and interesting in that nexus? The second thing is work package 3 is developing a data social economy. So how do we manage to share data between public, private, non-profit sectors so that it benefits everybody? The idea of new data commons that are appearing nowadays. So we'll develop work on this, and 2 fellows will be working very effectively on this. And finally, what we want is some real demonstrators developed in living labs. So 8 fellows will develop projects around this, and they'll be around health, around aging, around democracy, around some climate actions, and around equity for the future. And then we'll package all this into a training academy so that we can develop that knowledge, and the fellows that come and work with us will be empowered to have that training academy to develop it for the future and develop their career based on this. Our roadmap to this, the first thing we are here, this project started officially in February. We're now recruiting 13 doctoral fellows. The deadline for that is the 18th of May, and we expect to have finished the recruitment in sometime in July or June. And we are hoping that by September, October, we'll have all the fellows in place. And then we'll be going through 3 years of training with them, which will go through continuous training plus some specific events where we will get together as a whole network every year, which we'll call in-person training events, and discuss various things together and work together toward these work packages. In addition, through the journey, fellows will go in secondments for their training throughout the 3 years. I'll go back through this a little bit in detail later on. So one of the first institutions is the institution that is managing the project. It's our institution, Glasgow Caledonian University. We are the university for the common good, and our research group is called the Data Science for Common Good, which we specialize in. It's rather unique, where we joined with colleagues from the Beam Research Center, which is about environmental sciences, but also colleagues from the Yunus Center, which is all about social innovation. Maybe Arthur or Rohinton, you are around and you want to say a few words? Nope. Okay. So there'll be 3 projects with us in GCU. Then we have Ghent University in Belgium. Riet Skadon might be amongst us. She might want to say a few words.
Sorry, Seb, I think I just need to allow them to come on, so I'm just going to do that just now. Right. I don't know if Grit's there, but I think some of the GCU people are.
Right, okay.
Hello, yes, I'm here. I couldn't unmute myself and I couldn't show myself. So I was panicking what to do. Well, first of all, hello to everyone. Yeah, Seb made a nice introduction. I can say a few words about one of the PhD's opportunities, obviously here. So the one that I'm going to lead with Michaela and another colleague of ours will look at aspects associated with aging population, and how social enterprises can utilize AI to provide health and care services to older people. And we're going to look at different geographical aspects associated with rural and urban social enterprises. So what can we learn from different geographical contexts? But obviously everything will be underpinned by AI and data information. So it's going to be really exciting to actually, explore this very new aspect, but very important also in terms of future health and care service provision through third sector organizations. So that's briefly about the PhD.
Okay, thank you, Arthur. I don't know if Rohinton is about.
Hello, I'm Rohinton Emmanuel. I'll be involved in the nature-based solutions for managing hydrometeorological change, how we could use data sciences to learn lessons from what works and what doesn't work in nature-based solutions. Especially in the global south, there's an opportunity to spend some time with University of São Paulo in Brazil, and to learn lessons from both the global south as well as the third sector organizations, people who actually deliver green infrastructure on the ground, and to learn these lessons and to develop policies and proposals for better management of climate change in cities and human settlements. So that's the general idea. Welcome. Yeah.
Thank you, Rohinton. Thank you, Arthur. So the next institution is Ghent University, and the main supervisors will be my colleague, Professor Giet Cardon, who's one of the leading experts in sports and aging and movement and physical activity for health. And she'll be looking at projects that are around how do we develop better aging policies and practices and interventions for society using AI and data science.
Yes, Sepp, and I'm here.
Oh, you're here.
Yes,
Fabulous.
hi. Yes, and I could finally unmute myself and make my microphone and camera work. So yes, you summarized it. So thank you so much. We hope to be hosting really motivated fellows, 2 of them in our research group, Physical Activity and Health at the Department of Movement and Sports Sciences. So our project will both around active aging. How can we use data to support and boost active aging within 2 different projects? What I want to point out is that speaking Dutch will be really important because we will interact a lot with stakeholders, with older adults. So at least some minimal Dutch skills is really important. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Giet. Then we have our colleagues from the University of Dortmund, who's one of the leading universities in social innovation in Europe. So we are really pleased to have them on board. Katrin Bauer, Christoph Kalitka, and Jürgen Hotwald. I don't know if any of you are online with us at the moment. No, I don't think so. And they'll be hosting.
Christoph is, sorry, let me.
Christoph is? Just
let me just
let Christoph
get
say a few words.
Okay, it seems to work now. Thank you, Sepp, for the nice introduction. I'm here as a representative of TU Dortmund Social Research Center today, and as Sepp has already indicated, we've been researching social innovation for numerous years in international, national, local, regional contexts. On the one hand, in relation to social change, but also questioning in how far social innovation can help us overcome societal challenges, large societal challenges, and drive transformation of society. We've been working on this, let's say, under the topic of an expanded innovation paradigm. So this always has to do a lot with technology development, but we focus on social innovation. And the role of AI and data science is now, I would say, really expanding this research field of social innovation in a very interesting way as a transversal topic. And we will be hosting 2 fellows. One will be working on the connection of social innovation and new participation opportunities in the welfare sector. So social innovation, AI, data science in the welfare sector. And the second fellow will be working on social innovation, AI, and data science in the public sector. So two distinct fields to work in and to make a difference. So we are really looking forward to the applications and to the two new colleagues who will expand our team and help us move on in social innovation research. Thank you, Zeb.
Thank you, Christoph. Then we have our team down in the Politecnico di Milano, and I don't know if Enrico is around. It's one of the leading places again in social innovation. They are specialized in data economy. They've been working on this for a long time. People like Federico Bartolumucci has been working on this for his PhD and various other things. I don't know if Enrico or Federico are online.
Yes, sir, we are.
Yeah,
Good morning,
brilliant.
everyone. Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for giving us this couple of minutes of presentation. Yes, as Politecnico di Milano School of Management, we are going to host three PhD scholarship. One is about really laying the foundation for embedding data science and artificial intelligence in the social innovation paradigm by developing a theory of transformative change, then testing it, and then working towards developing a co-creation protocol for, allowing data expert and future expert to create technologies, data science, and artificial intelligence that are addressing the, grand societal challenges and contribute to the common good. The second PhD scholarship is going about developing data for the social economy investment. So is really about working towards thinking and developing, reviewing existing model and experiences of data exchanges, trying to work through multiple case studies over data evaluation methodologies, and then try to develop these data model. And the third PhD scholarship is going to be around data exploitation as incentive for democratic participation in innovating technologies in data science. So is about, try to work around enhancing crowd engagement in transformative ecosystem through data science and artificial intelligence. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Enrico. And last but not least is the Joseph Stefan Institute, which is the largest research institute in Slovenia, but also one of the leading AI centers in Europe. They have made substantial investment in AI and data science over here. And I don't know if any of our colleagues, such as Mitya, is with us.
Yes, Mitya is with us.
Mitya, thank you.
Hello, everybody. It's great to see so many keen young folks here. So our department is working primarily on applied artificial intelligence. So we are using AI to solve pressing real-world problems. And we hope you will join us in this. We will host 3 PhDs. The first one is about best practices for social innovation. So your task will be to use language technologies, including large language models, to gather information on social innovation, to structure it, and then to make it accessible to people who would like to do social innovation so that they can interact with this knowledge base and get some great ideas for their own work. The second topic is about increasing society's political participation. You will be working with transcripts of parliamentary debates primarily. And again, you will use language technologies to gain interesting insights. So you could be doing, cool things like predicting how a particular politician will vote in the next parliamentary session, or you could try to detect when a politician is lying or something like that. And then the final PhD topic is about forecasting. There's been some work on how to predict the future well, and there are some humans who can do this really well. They are sometimes called super forecasters. They are good at extracting and organizing information and translating them into really accurate predictions. And your task will be to use large language models and other technology to mimic this in silicon. If you are a competitive kind of person, there are prediction markets out there. You can create a bot for a prediction market, earn a lot of virtual money, maybe even some real one, though this is not primary goal of this project, I have to warn you. We are about, doing good for the humanity and not earning a lot of money. So these three positions are primarily about computer science, although they are interdisciplinary, which means that you need to have some idea about computer science. You need the ability to write code, interact with APIs, not necessarily, super deep, but some skills are necessary here of this kind. And of course, well, you need to be enthusiastic about the tasks that we have for you, and I'm pretty sure they are cool tasks, so hopefully you will be.
Okay, thank you very much, Mitya. So, as you've heard, we've got a real big diversity of position. There's 13 altogether. We invite you to go to our website and read really carefully the description of each of these, right? What's important is that Marie Curie Fellowship are not regular PhDs. They are incredibly prestigious. As part of the doctoral training network, it's a huge network with many people. It's transdisciplinary. It's a much more in-depth and broader training that you would see in any PhD places. You'll be in touch with so many people. You'll be supervised by some of the European leading scientists in the fields, and you're going to have both academic and industry experience. And more importantly, is probably doing a PhD in the best financial conditions you can imagine. It's really highly paid compared to any PhD positions you would find anywhere else, or at least that I know of. So it's really studying for a PhD in the best possible conditions. Therefore, they are incredibly competitive. But what are you going to learn from this? You're going to learn to be a good scientist. You're going to learn research methods. You're going to learn how to manage projects. But you're also going to learn about how to talk about your research. So the communication disseminations. You're going to learn how to train others. You're going to learn how to collaborate in a respectful and effective way with other people. We're going to be from different worlds, all working together. Now, as you've seen, we're all very approachable, but we're all very ambitious, and we want to do good things. So you're going to learn about leaderships, about creativity, and more importantly, you're going to learn to be at the middle between these two worlds of social innovation and data and AI science, which is a space that is occupied by no one at a minute. So you'll be starting this new world. You'll be at the cusp of starting something new. That means you'll immediately have a much better position for the future. So you'll be learning through training on your PhD project itself with your local team of supervisors, but you'll also be learning through a really carefully curated program of webinar every month with people coming from around the world, giving you lectures, workshops, that kind of things. Then we'll have co-working events once a year where we all get together to work intensely on collaborative tasks. You're going to have mentoring, so somebody outside of your PhD supervisory team that is going to look after you to help you with other things. And more importantly, we are building a cohort. That means you're going to have 12 other doctoral fellows that are going to be there to support you and with who you're going to work with. We have great expertise in running these networks. That'll be the fourth one we run collectively. So we know how to make them work, and we have people that have been very, very successful in their career afterwards. You're going to be participating in conference around the world, and you're going to be going on secondments, working for other organizations in order to learn new skills and see how you work in different places. Your supervisory team will be made of at least 2 academic supervisors. One also will come from another of the institutions that are involved. And you'll develop a personal career development plan with them so that you can work from day one toward making your career ascension from day one. At the end of your journey, you'll be a datavist. You'll have your PhD, you'll have an excellent career prospect in a field that is nascent, that is new, but you'll be able to be going in many, many directions. You'll be able to fulfill both the academic and non-academic roles, so very transferable skills, and more importantly, you'll have a huge network of people on which to pull upon for references or to get a job or anything else. So now, these are going to be incredibly competitive positions, and we are looking for incredibly motivated and skilled people. There is no limit in age, but there are very clear eligible criteria, and I'll go through them at a moment. First thing is check those. Don't waste your time applying if you cannot. Check the specific position. There's 13 of them, and each of them has different application procedures. And you can apply for as many as you want, right? But you have to apply to each of them individually, all right? So the most important eligibility criteria for all positions are the Marie Curie eligibility criteria. Marie Curie is all about mobility, which means we expect you to change country. So you cannot apply for a position, say in the UK, if you have resided in the UK for 12 months already at the start date, which will be in October 25, in the last 3 years. So if you've done a master in the UK in 2024, 2025, it's very unlikely that you will be eligible to apply in the UK. But you can apply in Slovenia, or you can apply in Belgium or other things. Importantly, you cannot hold a PhD already or the equivalent of a doctoral degree of any kind. That's the important things. So these are the 2 important eligibility criteria that you must look at carefully. Then each position has some specific one. Reed said, for example, speaking Dutch is really important for the Belgian position because of the nature of the work. So check those. There is absolutely no flexibility for this criteria. The date of recruitment is the first day of your employment as a PhD fellow, which is most likely to be the 1st of October, 2025. Each position has specific requirement. Go and check them. Go on to Find a PhD or from our website, data2action.eu. You'll be able to read the description. Read them carefully. I get daily emails, people asking me to explain what a position is about. Read first. It doesn't put you in the right position, in our mind, if you come to us with such a vague question. There are separate applications, as I say, for each of the position. The recruitment procedure for each university is slightly different because it's different in different EU countries and different institutions. You can apply for more than one. You can apply, all the adverts are on our Find a PhD or your access, and the deadline is the 18th of May 2025 midnight CET, standard European time. So for you, the practical next step is to just really carefully read the adverts, put your application forward. We're looking for people that are both capable in technology and capable in social sciences. Or we're not looking for Uber nerds, we're not looking for social scientists, we're looking for people that have a foot in both, or at least a big curiosity for both, and are willing to be creative and do something new, and be slightly at the head of the curve, so that it really go where nobody else has gone before, break new ground. So once we have all the applications in on the 18th of May, we'll be holding interviews from the 16th to the 27th of June. There will be very little flexibility about swapping dates and all that kind of thing, simply because we are going to have, there's about 500 people already registered for these sessions. So that gives you an idea of the competition. So we're not going to have much flexibility in reorganizing dates. So make sure you clear your calendar if you're very, very keen, and you say yes if you're very keen. We'll start really in September, October, with depending on the university's calendar. Just it's not quite the same in different places in Europe. And then we'll immediately go to a first network event. So we'll get together as a network to build our cohort, to get to know each other in Dortmund in mid-October or end of October. So we have questions that are asked of us constantly. Do I need to move to the host country? Absolutely. You cannot do these PhDs remotely. It's impossible. Marie Curie is all about mobility. Same thing, you're going to need to be required to go and do some secondments, and you'll have to move to the place where that secondment is taking place. Again, it's all about mobility. It's about to getting to know each other. It's about mixing European populations with other populations so that we get to know each other, so we work better together. We are using the best of our diversity in Europe. Is there any age limit? No, there is none. The funding is for 3 years. In some countries, the PhDs are 4 years, like such as in Belgium, but Ghent University has a system to sort the final year through. Maybe Hit can answer questions if there are questions on this. The salary is 3.4. Go ahead, Hit.
No, I just indeed going to point out that there's additional funding for additional year at Ghent University under the same conditions.
Okay. So your salary will be 3,400 euros, which is called the living allowance. On top of that, you'll be giving an additional 600 euros per month to cover your travel and expenses. If you have a family before the start date, and I insist on that, before the start date, and by family we mean children or a partner, then you'll be given an extra 660 euro per month. These amounts are subject to taxes and pension pots and that kind of thing in the country. So you'll have to check with the host institution precisely what the salary will be. Please check the eligibility criteria, because I get daily emails about information that is already there, and it doesn't look good on a candidate if they're asking obvious questions with the information there, especially when it's all about data science and information. So thank you very much for listening to us. I think we might have some questions. I'm going to hand over to Niamh to let us know what questions are the most prominent and still need to be answered verbally.
Hi, thanks, Seb. I've managed to answer some of the questions in the Q&A, but there's kind of a couple of themed questions, themes of questions that I think we can probably address. So some people are saying that they won't have their transcripts by their master's transcripts by the start date. Can they still apply? And if so, do they need to provide that maybe a letter or something?
So language requirements are important in different places and are, for example, in the UK, also important for your visa. So you have to make sure you have everything in place so that you are well capable of presenting a certificate before the start date. We might let you not have it by the application date, but you must have everything in position. So provide us with proof that you're engaging with this, and you'll be able to have a visa by the start date.
Okay, thank you. And yeah, the other one is English proficiency. Appears to be different for different positions, and that'll be dependent on the universities. So again, really check the different application procedures for what they need for that.
And it also depends on visa status, depending on, like for the UK, English proficiency is now a necessity for visa for these countries, unfortunately, since Brexit.
Other questions? People have asked, does it matter when I got my master's? No.
Absolutely not. I mean, we are interested in people with very interesting career paths. You know that there's no discrimination in age or what your career has been like up to date, but it has to make sense with the requirement of the position and this idea of mixing data science and AI with social innovation. So actually, if your career is quite interesting, we are quite interested.
People are asking whether the eligibility criteria applies to international students. The same eligibility criteria for all students,
For
regardless
all students,
of where
regardless.
you're from.
Yeah.
People are asking for the slides. Yep, all of these slides can be sent to all attendees after this, and we'll also have the recording available. People asking about the interview process. The interviews will take place in the middle of June. We anticipate that there will be just one round of interviews for each of the positions, and you'll find out more about that if you're successful with your application. Some people checking eligibility. We can't check that for everyone. Please look at the eligibility criteria. If it doesn't, if you don't meet it, then unfortunately you're not eligible. I think that's appears to be kind of most of these. I'll review all of these questions afterwards too, and if we don't think we've answered them, I'll make sure we can respond.
I've seen some questions around the projects themselves, like people asking, can I apply if I want to work on something different? There's an example of a physiotherapist that wants to work on VR in the questions. Absolutely not. These point of these 13 doctoral training, doctoral positions and project is that they all work together, and we've carefully crafted them and worked them together. So there is flexibility in the way you're gonna develop the projects, which direction they're gonna go in, but they must be within the thematics we have set. We'll hand them over to you and we'll help you deliver them, but you cannot start and go in any sort of directions, because we are on a mission to become DataVest, all of us.
Someone asking, is it for European citizens only? No, anyone can apply.
Yeah, we'll welcome people from all around the world. We have no discrimination in that respect. What's most important is your capacity and your skills and your ambition and your creativity. Try not to send us an application written by ChatGPT in the last minute, because you'll be wasting your time. It's really competitive. So we really need you to demonstrate to us that you really want to become a DataVest.
A few people asking whether they need to use a certain format like Europass for the CV. Please check the application processes. Some require a CV. If it doesn't say that there's a specific format, then just a clear, short, preferably CV, would be good. I also see that some people have their hands up. If we could just pop the questions into the Q&A area.
There's questions again about whether the position can be done remotely or hybrid, and the answer is absolutely not. You have to move. That's the whole point of Marie Curie, is that you go and learn a different culture. That's the whole point. I said that the PhD would be different from regular PhD. They're only different in the sense that they are much better. At the end, you will get a PhD certificate delivered by a university like any other PhD certificate. But you'll be able to say that you're a Marie Curie Fellow, and you'll also be able to join the Marie Curie Alumni Association, which is an incredibly powerful network across Europe and across the world of alumni from this program that allows you to make incredible connections for career perspective. You can get involved, and will encourage you deeply to be involved in this. At the moment, we have from another network some of our fellows that are actually leading some of the Marie Curie alumni work. People are asking what should be covered in a cover letter. Well, explain to us why you want to be a datavist, why you want to be part of this doctoral training network. It's quite clear what we're looking for. We're looking for people that are going to be able to be in between social innovation and data science. So I would encourage you to find out what social innovation is and tell us where and why you want to be part of this. And then give us what are your skills. Of course, we're interested in your computer skills, your capacity to, as Mitya said, capacity of developing codes and other things. But not only. We are interested in your creativity. We're interested in your vision for the future. We're looking for future leaders, essentially.
Someone's saying that
Yes.
they're already enrolled in a PhD, but might want to join a different PhD. What if after joining I may have the defense of my current PhD? Okay, so you're not allowed to have a doctoral degree for this position. So if you already have a PhD, then you're not eligible.
There's a question about whether it's mandatory to travel to all other universities. Absolutely not. You travel to your host university and you'll travel to your secondments. If you want to visit some of our colleagues across Europe, I'm sure they'll be delighted to have you, and we can facilitate that, and we'll welcome this. But it's not a specific requirement. Rit, you put your camera on. Is there something you want to answer or say?
No, not necessarily. I was just joining the conversation. No problem.
Excellent, thank you. Where are we here? Has been indicated to submit 2 recommendations.
People asking about the recommendations letters. Can they be generic from a while ago, or do they need to be current? And can they be submitted at a later date if you can't get them in time for the deadline?
I would say the more current and the more tailored they are to this, the better your chances. This is not an easy process. This is going to be incredibly competitive. Put all your chances on your side. If you're doing it half with the half intensity, it'll show right away. We will have very little time to make our selection, so you have to shine.
Is a master's mandatory?
Depends on the position, but I would say if you don't have a master, you better have a really interesting career or something else to compensate for that. You don't have to have finished your master. You could be enrolled in it and finishing in September or October. That's fine. We will accept transcript at a later date for this. I think we are.
There's a question on how, if the university provides support for housing or relocation, which is maybe relevant for, yeah.
Not directly. I mean, some university might do. We'll do our best to help you, but you already are helped a great deal. So, for example, the funding will also pay for your visa application if you need to. So we need to help with that. That's part of mandatory for us. So you don't have to save money for visa applications if you need a visa. That kind of thing that will be covered. But we will not find an apartment for you or pay for it. You'll have to do that. Then again, we're incredibly approachable people, and once we have selected, the right people, we will do our best to help.
Someone asking about the requirements. All of the requirements are on the Find a PhD listings, and through that you should be able to click apply now and find where to apply for that. So I won't go through specifics there.
There are questions about whether you need an English certificate if your course is in English. If your course is in English, you obviously are quite proficient, but we need proof of that. We need the equivalent of IELTS. We need to be able to, for sure, understand that it is the case. So we need a course description, something stamped from the university, something that proves to us that's the case. And that's probably true for Dutch as well. Is it okay to give referees email address instead of letter? Yes, it is okay. It's better if we have the letters immediately. It depends on the position a little bit. I have read again. Certainly for the UK, will be okay with referees email, but it's better if you send us letters in the first place. No limitation in the number of pages in the cover letters or anything like this, but it's not the length, it's the quality. That is going to be important, and again, it's about telling us why you want to be a data vest, why specifically the project, what can you bring, where can you see yourself in the future. I don't see any new questions, Niamh. I think we are pretty much there. On this, I'm going to thank all my colleagues for coming and helping out with these information sessions. I hope that's been helpful to you. Once more, read the information before you contact us. We'll welcome questions, but they have to be informed questions. Don't email me to say, oh, I'd like to apply. Just go and apply if you feel you should. And we welcome all the applications from all of you. Thank you very much for your attention, for your inquiry, and for your interest in becoming a data vest with this Marie Curie Doctoral Training Network. I wish you all a really good day, and I hope to see your applications in the big pile of applications we're going to receive by the mid-May. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.